Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Alex Steele, alongside Paul Sweeney. Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. We are joined by Bloomberg's Emily Griffeo. Emily, talk about Home Depot.
Right. So this is a bellwether for the economy. At least that's how traders treat Home Depot. And the numbers were pretty good in their latest earnings. The stock right now is up about 2%. They maintain their guidance for the fiscal year.
That's a good thing.
That is a really good thing in this context, because with all the uncertainty with tariffs and the trade war, a lot of companies we've seen pulling the guidance or just maybe downgrading it, but they maintained. U.S. sales ticked up, and then they're focusing on diversifying their supply chain. That's what we learned in the earnings. Over 50% of products that they have are sourced in the U.S. Bloomberg Intelligence pointed out that within 12 months, they expect that no country will account for more than 10% of their sourcing.
Interesting.
So you'd think that that would help them. They wouldn't be all in on one country, that if that country gets hit with a really big tariff, then they won't be able to pivot as quickly.
What about Viking Holdings?
Okay, so Viking Holdings.
This is a cruise ship?
These are the cruise ships, so ticker VIK. The stock was down as much as 9% at the open. Right now, it's paring the losses a little bit, but it's still down about 6%. They do Viking cruises, so those river cruises, a lot of them in Europe. I feel like I see the commercial a lot for this company.
This is like the high-end, fancy, not Disney cruises stuff.
Yes. And so they posted their 2026 bookings forecast, analysts said, was a little weak. So they had a first quarter beat on most of the earnings. And then they said 2026 bookings, 37% of their capacity passenger cruise days are already booked. And in 2025, they had a 39% forecast. So Jeffrey said that was a little bit of a disappointment. But yeah, I mean, overall, this could be a little like macro play too.
Yeah, but the cruisers, I mean, they are very committed people. They love
it. It's true.
I mean, Charlie Pett will go on a cruise. I don't care what's going on in the world, but he'll take some crazy cruise trip to someplace you'd never even thought of.
Yeah, but I don't think Charlie Pett's like a really good example of like...
That's true.
He's like a super fan of these things.
He's like a super fan, exactly. Yep. What about AMER Sports? AMER Sports?
This is a company that I feel like I'm more familiar with. I saw that they make Salomon ski boots. I was like, I got to talk about this. I love skiing. And Wilson tennis rackets, and also Arc'teryx. You know that brand?
Yeah. Yep.
That's like the very popular like rain jackets, and then Wall Street bros wear them, even though they're made for like hiking Mount Everest. But this stock is up. The stock was up as much as 11% at the open. They boosted their adjusted profit forecast for the full year, which again is a good sign that they're upping their forecast instead of pulling it back. And then they also reported first quarter results that topped expectations. Additionally, they expect the impact from higher tariffs to be negligible. That's what their commentary showed. But this view assumes tariffs on imports from China are only at 30%. So we'll see if that holds as the weeks and months go on as the U.S. negotiates with China.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.